I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Oh yes, keep going.
A couple of weeks ago, I was emptying my stomach of gray and brown loot after a hefty Takis and milk breakfast at 2 p.m.
I don't feel so good.
Of course, to mask the pain, I had to scroll on Insta, but I noticed something different in my algorithm. It normally recommends me racism, misogyny, acoustic people, feet videos.
I am shocked and appalled.
But on that particular day, I was getting reels around a cheating scandal. There were these full-grown women losing their minds over the wizard Liz getting cheated on. I had no idea who she was, nor did I care that she got cheated on. I tried my best to ignore those reels, but they just kept coming. After the 10th reel on the subject, I decided to do my research. Basically, she's a big YouTuber whose content revolves around female boss power. She gives advice on confidence, dating, relationships, personal growth. Sounds a bit familiar, right? In essence, she is the female version of this guy.
Breathe air!
Andrew Tater Tot preys on incels who've never felt the touch of a woman besides when the female cashier at Carl's Jr. hands them their change.
Yeah, why y'all put cheese on my cheeseburger? I'm sorry, what? Shut your bitch ass.
Similarly, Liz preys on lonely femcels who have a skewed perception of men and want full control over relationships. They both have extremely inflated egos and talk down on their audiences. They treat you like a semi-homeless, goon-addicted, broke, stinky peon.
You're fucking poor!
Okay, so I have been getting constant DMs about Liz, can you make a video about how to not be lazy, how can I be more productive, blah blah blah, whatever.
And then I was thinking to myself, why is it that everyone is always obsessed with me?
Very self-absorbed, but their fans love it. They eat this shit up like KFC popcorn chicken and potato wedges.
And I want you to find clown shoes, yeah? When you find the clown shoes, I want you to take them and put them on. Because that's what you are. That's literally what you are. You're just a clown.
Yes! They speak with so much assurance and confidence like their advice is law, yet from their personal experience, their own advice failed them. Tater Tot gives you advice on how to get bitches and wealth, but is currently facing jail time with multiple allegations and charges. The wizard Liz gives you a lot of dating and relationship advice, yet got cheated on while pregnant. Skill issue, am I right?
We're both very impulsive.
I'm not saying all their tips are necessarily bad, but these two don't even have the credentials to be giving advice to such a big audience. You're better off asking for advice from your parents if they have a good relationship. Maybe there's someone in your life, maybe your grandma or your uncle or someone, maybe your neighbor or your friend that actually has experience and actually shows that they've grown and know how relationships work, how to get money, how to be successful. Those people are much more valuable in your life and their advice is much more valuable than these two.
What will actually convince them to stick to one?
That just focus on yourself. And if you want to date other people. Why are you only dating one person? I don't get it. Like, why is literally one person your only option?
Write that down, write that down!
What did I just hear?
You got hit with your own shit, dude.
No way to say that.
And then whenever I see a video of them speaking, there's always this Sigma Alpha music that plays in the background to mask the corniness. Like, I don't know how people watch this shit.
You're making it more powerful and more powerful, and your connection where they can literally suck from you energetically gets bigger. Energy cannot be leaking towards something.
And what's ironic is that Tater Tot's advice will get you a girl like Wizard Liz. The girls Tater Tot is with look extremely identical to Liz. The makeup and the plastic surgery basically make them all look like Barbies. Vice versa, listening to Wizard Liz will result in a man like Tater Tot and most likely a lack of loyalty. Even her ex looks like Tater Tot. You can't make this shit up. They're two sides of the same stinky, rusty, homeless guy's coin. So if you hate one or the other, that means you're a dick rider, because realistically you either like or hate both. I know you guys aren't stupid though. I feel like most people realize the similarities they both share, but the wizard Liz separates herself from Tater Tot by the amount of women who glaze her. Yes, of course, there are some that glaze Tater Tot, but not to this extent. The glaze is damn near LeBron level.
I am absolutely gagged. Like, this is the Queen Mother herself.
Liz is intelligent, beautiful. Have you seen her? She's so gorgeous, so confident, so beautiful. Literally everything that you would want in a person, she has that.
That woman, that 1 in an 8 billion woman, the type of woman you only come across once in your miserable life.
Glaze! Glaze! You're glazing!
There are women who truly can't comprehend that she got cheated on, like it was a rare or just like an impossible reality. Their reactions are like mine if the Washington Wizards ever won a championship. They're arguing that she's so attractive, confident, and girl boss that she physically and emotionally can't be cheated on. You know how insane that is? Literally anyone can get cheated on. Matter of fact, the best looking women get cheated on a lot because they tend to go for dudes who only appreciate their beauty and have tons of other options. That's why you hear some women say they like medium ugly dudes, because there's a lower likelihood of any cheating happening, even though, you know, that's not necessarily true. But I'm not saying she doesn't look good, even though something about her looks throws me off a bit. Her lips sexually offend me.
What?
Overall point though, looks don't determine whether or not you get cheated on. And just because you're a girl that's chopped, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve a man that's loyal. You don't deserve a man that shows you true love and passion.
What the fuck?
So when you see these women on Insta or TikTok talking about, oh, like, Wizard Liz is so good looking, how can she get cheated on? You're kind of like talking down on other girls, right? Because there's girls who are chopped. You know, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do sometimes. And it's like, do they not deserve any love? I feel like everyone deserves like some form of loyalty in a relationship, right? That's like the bare minimum. And it doesn't matter if you're good looking or not. That's still like a standard. Still, the sheer shock some women have for all this is very, very absurd. When your advice is tailored for attracting bald Romanian criminals who've openly admitted that they have multiple wives and have cheated numerous times, what do you expect? It's like assembling an NBA team where your best players are Terry Rozier and Kyle Kuzma, but expecting them to win an NBA championship. You know what I mean? It's like putting me in a room of 30 goth Latinas with their socks off after running 3 miles and expecting me not to be bricked. The fuck you expect?
You're half. There is no your half.
The signs were in the pudding, or you know, however that saying goes, whatever. The glaze gets worse though, because women have started to degrade themselves in order to highlight how amazing Wizard Liz apparently is.
If that woman had to go through this, us mortals, us little peasants, how are we gonna survive?
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
They're basically framing it like, if mythical Wizard Liz, the goddess of all women, can get cheated on, how can someone like me, a chopped, unconfident peon, expect a loyal man? Again, going back to the point, you know, all girls deserve a loyal man and all men deserve a loyal girl, right? That's the bare minimum. But they literally make themselves look bad for the sake of Wizard Liz's aura.
And give off the aura.
You stupid
Dudes do the same thing with LeBron, wishing they could be reincarnated as fleas so they can frolic in LeBron's ass hairs like tall grass. The weird thing though is that most girls know LeBron, but no dude before all this knew who Wizard Jizz was. On top of all this, you know how the LeBron glaze has literally indirectly created a large subgroup of fans who hate on and belittle Michael Jordan and his achievements? The Wizard Liz situation and glaze has set men back 100 years. I constantly see this narrative on social media that all men cheat and can't be trusted.
And y'all were mad at me when I said all men cheat. All men cheat.
Don't try to play the fool with me, Nigesh. No.
As we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic, and there's a big shortage of baddies. And I saw a cute guy in his car, so I waved to him, and he smiled back at me. And obviously he drove away after that.
More like a lack of self-awareness epidemic, because you're one of us too, gang. Like, you're not escaping this. It's died down a little bit, but I remember for a solid couple weeks we were getting attacked for being born a man and for a cheating scandal that involved none of us.
This bomb single-handedly created millions of more female villains.
At this point, the Wizard Liz cheating situation is as big as LeBron's infamous decision or his chase down block on Iggy. For this amount of glazing, you would think she's Taylor Swift or Emma Chandelier.
Oh my god, through us!
Now, if you're in a relationship with a girl who's a Wizard Liz meat rider, then there's a chance you might get broken up with or cheated on because of the whole situation. But low-key, that might end up being the best thing for you. And can you really blame them though? If your girl started saying LeBron isn't a glorious pookie bear with a 9-inch meat, perfect smooth skin, and a basketball spirit residing within his Greek-like, perfectly crafted from the heavens body, wouldn't you break up with her too? Or at least think about it?
Get out!
Shit, I'd break up with my imaginary girlfriend if it meant my king could win one more ring. That's why I hate Luka the same way the Wizard Liz fans hate men. A defective missile lodged in a children's hospital in Iran can play better defense than Luka's fat ass. How about we send some US Army soldiers to Luka's house and force him to start working out?
I need an adult! I need an adult!